Welcome to the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, where we take a look at some of the awesome news and reveals of this week. First up on the Wednesday Warrior Wrap-Up, some news out of Hasbro on their social medias. The company is officially moving from Rhode Island to Boston, and this is a pretty interesting move. Both mayors from both cities had a lot to say. Rhode Island was caught off guard, and they were kind of disappointed by this because they enjoyed having Hasbro there. Boston is very excited about it, of course, because that's going to bring in, a pretty big toy company into the city. Nobody really understands in the toy community why this choice was made. A lot of people are saying that, Chris Cox said that Boston is a very bustling, exciting place to be right now, and it'd be good to have our, company there. I think that maybe it's the idea that they could, possibly open up, events and stuff like that in Boston compared to Rhode Island, where they could have people come out and do things and stuff like that, maybe influencers and things like that. I don't know exactly why they chose to do this. They said it's going to be able to house the 700 employees that are needed to work the headquarters. So I'm assuming that it's also the fact that 1027, the building in Rhode Island is a pretty large building, and they're, cutting their workforce down to have just the bare, needed people for it, as we've seen from the last year or two of people getting let go from Hasbro. And now I'm curious if they were let go because of financial issues or just because they planned to do this move and they knew the facility they were going into was going to be smaller. We kind of knew about this move possibly happening a while back. There were rumors that, other facilities, they did that HasLab liquidation / open the vault sale where they sold a bunch of HasLabs, and some people were like, that's very interesting. So there were signs this was going to happen. There was even news about this happening, and now it officially happened. I just, hope that everything goes well for Hasbro when they do this, and that it was all successful, and it's, a good move for them, and it's not something that will in the future make it harder for them. But Boston does cost more than Rhode Island. It'd be like if you moved from, a small city in California to LA or San Francisco. It's going to cost more to be in those areas. Same situation here. But yeah, very interesting. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this, what your thoughts are about this. It does make sense now why we're not having the 1027 or Hasbro Pulse Con, because they're going to be moving during probably this time, and they're going to be, this also explains why they're doing a lot more at New York Comic Con this year and at London Con compared to years past where it was a couple of reveals. Now they're going to have exclusives for the fall. So very interesting, and more on that in the next subject. And like I said, when it comes to the fall events happening, when it comes to conventions, first up will be New York Comic Con, which will be happening October 9th, I believe, through, I want to say, the 12th. And on the first day, Thursday, I believe it is the 9th, they will be doing a Hasbro Action Brands panel, because Hasbro will be there. They're pushing for doing more events in the fall, because of everything going on with the move, I'm sure. That's why PulseCon and 1027 aren't happening. We are going to be getting a cool panel. It will feature Ghostbusters, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, and Marvel. They'll probably show off a lot of different new cool things. They'll be at their booth showing off stuff. That's also where you're going to get this newly revealed Super Scroll on the card kind of art, like the Death's Head back at Comic-Con. This will be a fall exclusive, right up there with the Armada Transformers, Armada Nemesis Prime with Starsaber, the Star Wars, the Black Series, Palpatine versus Darth Maul 2-pack, the G.I. Joe Classified Series, Cobra Lee Pythina, that's G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Marvel, Transformers, and then I think Ghostbusters will have the glow-in-the-dark Slimer and State Puff. At one of those two, I think, will be there. But yeah, lots of cool stuff happening at New York Comic Con. I believe they're going to have a Cold Slither concert like they did for San Diego. So yeah, so it's kind of cool to see that Hasbro will be doing more at Comic Con than usual. I'm curious if this will be going forward this way. Everything that I'm talking about when it comes to the exclusives are going to be on Pulse, like Comic-Con's exclusives were on Pulse after the events at some point, so you'll be able to pick them all up. If it's like the ones from Comic-Con, most of them were pretty easy to get. except for the G.I. Joe one. I know it went in and out, but it's even available for pre-order now, so I'm not too worried about not being able to go to the events during the fall to get them, so you shouldn't have to worry too much either. So my fingers are crossed everything will be easy for everyone to get their hands on it. This beautiful Super Scroll, though, on the other hand, that I'm a little worried about, because this is something you could troop build, and if they limit it to like 3, I feel like that's enough. 5 is what most people probably want. I'm sure there's someone out there who loves the Scroll who would want to buy like 100. But this is the same one, I believe they said, as the Build-A-Figure one, but now it's going to have multiple heads, so you can really troop build with it. And it's got, of course, the Human Torch fire legs, which I don't think the first one had, so really awesome looking. I hope I can get my hands on at least 2 or 3 to put with the rest of my Skrull army. And I'm really excited for the rest of the fall exclusives too. So let me know in the comment down below if you're going to New York Comic Con, if you are excited for what they might reveal at New York Comic Con. Give me an idea of what you think they might reveal from your favorite brand. But yeah, just some really awesome stuff. And over at Marvel Legends and Hasbro, they had their live stream yesterday on the 9th, Tuesday. And they showed us quite a few things. They were doing some housekeeping, so it was mostly repeated items that we saw at Comic-Con and other fan channels, but they gave us the release dates and pre-order dates, and the prices of some of them were announced. So first up is the Mini Comic Wave, which did go live today. That's including Excalibur's Rachel Summers, Silver Surfer, Astonishing Beast, Daredevil in his kind of first outfit, being just a makeshift outfit he made, which looks really cool for, you know, customizing into other characters. And then Feral, and who's the 6th one I'm pulling back? Oh, and Black Widow in her gray outfit, which we have gotten before, but this time it's now on the super articulated bodies. So those are all available right now, and they are $27.99 now. Going forward, standard figures will be $27.99 when it comes to Black Series, Marvel Legends, and G.I. Joe Classified. Nothing on Deluxe Transformers yet, but I'm assuming it will go that way soon as well, unless it's one of those things where maybe they don't do it. I don't know. It would be odd. I mean, I'd be happy if they didn't raise them from $24/$25.99 to $27.99, but I can't imagine that Transformers would be an exception, because G.I. Joe is something they own personally, and they could do that with too, but they chose to go with $27.99 as the so-called price increases say. But off that, onto the rest of the toys revealed. We also got several 2-packs, a 2-pack with, I believe it is Star Fox and Champion, which will be going up for pre-order. All the pre-order dates are on the screen, courtesy of Hasbro, where I screen capped them so you can see all the dates and stuff like that here and mark them on your calendar. We're also going to get a Secret Wars Iceman, which looks incredible. I love the snowball effect he comes with. And then we're also going to get a Nick Fury Punisher Gamerverse versions of them from the old Sega game, which looks really cool. We're also going to be getting Gladiator, I think it is, and Deathbird from the X-Men, which looks really cool. And then I'm trying to think what else. We're also getting... Oh, there was a teaser of a money sack and gold bars. I'm assuming this will be a villain character with his loot he stole from a bank, so I cannot wait to see which character is going to be coming out. But I love the accessories. They did mention that on the gold bar there is a signal or a sigil of the, you know, when you mint gold and you put a stamp on it, there is a stamp on it. We couldn't really see what it is in the image when Dwight shared it with us, but I'm very excited either way for what this comes with. Hopefully it's something that's a troop builder, so we can have a lot of gold and a lot of money sacks. Maybe it'll be like a random thug character. But yeah, no, there's just all kinds of stuff. If I missed anything, sorry about that, but there's just so much they showed off. I'm trying to think, there was others. Oh, the Daredevil roleplay stuff, the Daredevil roleplay mask and Billy clubs. For those role-playing cosplay fans out there, they had that as well. And then I want to say there's something else, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. I feel bad I don't have the image in front of me right now when I'm recording this, but there's just a lot of amazing stuff from Hasbro. Let me know in the comments down below which item you're excited for, and if you want the links to the comic figures that are already out today, they are in the description down below. And in Hasbro Transformers news, and a little bit of Takara and, you know, stuff that's oriented to Transformers, there is the official pre-order links for the Hasbro Missing Link Ultra Magnus and the Hasbro and Takara Transformers Dramatic Capture Decepticon Pack 2. So this is the Skywarp and Insecticon pack, which we now know comes with a ton of accessories from the old Hasbro Pulse exclusive Centurion drone pack. So you'll get the Shockwave, the Megatron, the Soundwave, and some Energon cubes that are accessories, and they're painted up this time around to go with your Transformers. This is really cool to do some world building with some accessories and stuff like that. Both these sets went up. I believe it's $115 plus tax for the Dramatic Capture set, which is only about, I think it's about the same price, because when you think about it, it was $25 for each of the Insecticons, $35 for Skywarp, and I think the drone was like $30, and at the time figures were $20, so it was $10 for all the accessories. So it evens out to about the same price, and you get better paint deco and apps. So even if you want to think the $10 is, going somewhere, if you go towards just the paint alone. The Missing Link set is $195. It is the most expensive one we've had so far, but it is taking a really cool character and elevating them. So it's the G1 Ultra Magnus, but articulated, and he comes with Deerstalker, so I'm very excited for that. And a little Diaclone pilot, which, on the note of Diaclone is celebrating their 10th anniversary of their new version of their toy line, where it's, more hyper-articulated robots with minifigures of pilots with the I don't know the name of the robot, but its name is here. It's the one they came out with the bottom half and the top half separately, and then all their upgrades. Well, now they're doing both of the top and the bottom half together in a gold and black scheme, kind of like Mask did with their Mask bundle of black and gold figures to celebrate their anniversary. So right now in the toy world, if you're celebrating an anniversary in 2025, black and gold is the way to go. But it looks incredible. It also has a second smaller pack that has the vehicles that can attach to it to have multiple little vehicles. So if you missed the original version and its little vehicle pack, now is your chance to get it in a sleek black and gold coloring to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Diaclone super articulated line. And then on top of that, we also have some news for Transformers Day, and we know that we're going to get the Shockwave on Transformers Day. So Hasbro's doing stuff here, promoting, the Shockwave and the fan vote and everything like that, and probably some other awesome things will be talked about, hopefully. But over across in UK, the Transformers store, I can't remember the name of, the Battle Station Transformers store. That's the one in the UK pretty much that popped up around earlier this year or last year, and it was really cool looking. I wish I could fly out to the UK just to check it out. They will be doing an event with Simon Furman there where they're going to be revealing a new Titan. Now, the question is it an actual Titan Transformer from the Generations line, or is it just a new Titan as in a new thing? There was a little video that they put out, and Hasbro shared it. I believe the Transformers Hasbro page shared it from their page, of Optimus Prime from the Devastation kind of transforming and being in front of the building. The building is there and the building disappears. So my hopes are that they're going to turn the building that the whole shopping mall facility is based around, which is I think an old retired facility of some sort that built things, into an actual Transformers character, which would be very unique. But I'm worried that means that it would be exclusive to that store and not available in the US. But it could also be something just like a Titan in, the Transformers universe. We're adding new characters to the comics, or a Titan of a event that's going to be happening. So we don't know yet. We just know that on September 17th, when we're having fun with our Transformers Day here, they're going to be having some fun there, and there'll be some awesome reveals. They do have a website now. I don't know if that's new or if it just started, where you can buy stuff, but it will need to you have to adjust for euros compared to dollars, and I don't know if they ship to the US, but you can always check. I know I have the website bookmarked so I can see what they announce on the 17th, and I'm already following their socials to know also. So definitely, if you're a Transformers fan, check that out. And in some NECA toy news, specifically all turtle based, the package has finally been shown for the Garfield and Odie Turtle Archie comic pack, and the pre-orders went up for it on NECA, so I have the link in the description down below if you want to pick it up. You can also pick it up at BBTS and anywhere else that is selling it that you collect your fine toys. We also got a look at the 2012 Turtles. The Shredder, I believe, went up on Target for a bit and then sold out. And the other 4 Turtles are going to be going live, I believe, on the 16th, along with Shredder. And NECA is doing a deal where if you buy all the Turtles, you get Shredder free. Oh, no, if you buy all the Turtles and Shredder, you get free shipping or something like that. It's a fun little offering they're doing, where if you buy all in, you get, a deal. These figures look incredible. I really like the Shredder here, and I love Mikey and Ice Cream Kitty and all the awesome, accessories they have that nod to parts of the series. I watched this with my sibling, and we had a fun time watching this version of Turtles. It's like Power Rangers Samurai for me. It has a higher, connection to me, even more than Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, because I experienced it with someone that, I loved, and that's kind of what these Turtles are for me there too. Kind of like the 2007's Turtles. I kind of have an attachment to them too, because I grew up watching them with my siblings, and it was just really fun. So really exciting to see these Turtles being made by NECA. When the links are available, I will try my best to share them to my Instagram, so definitely go follow me there. But as of now, they are all going out for pre-order, I believe, on the 16th. Or is it the 18th? There's a lot of stuff going on the 16th and the 18th and the 17th. There's just so much happening in September, so I'm very excited. And in more NECA news, yes, there's more. I just wanted to cover all the Turtle stuff first. We have a look at some awesome stuff going on with Golden Girls to celebrate the Golden Girls happening soon. So definitely save the date if you are a Golden Girls fan. We also have a look during Star Trek Day that they shared a little picture on NECA that looks like a pillowcase from Star Trek. So it looks like we're going to be getting a Ben Cooper Halloween kid dressed up as either Spock or Kirk, with this little trick-or-treat bag. We also got a look at some D&D Ben Cooper trick-or-treat kids with Strongheart and Warduke, and then the goblin character I feel bad, I always forget their name. But yeah, this is really cool to see D&D ones. I'm still really hoping they'll do something with Transformers to do the transforming kids costume one that they had back in the 80s, where your backpack would transform into a costume with a little blaster for Halloween. So that'd be cool if they did that. I saw someone talk about that in the toy industry, one of the toy designers and stuff like that, who does work for a lot of companies. And I was like, yes, I second that. I really want to see that. But yeah, really cool stuff coming out of NECA this week all together, and we'll be going up. Stuff will be going up throughout the weeks to come. So I'm very excited. And a Friday came and went during the Target Geek Out. So we have our next run of stuff from the Target Geek Out. It is that of Super 7, so we got 2 new Godzilla items, which look really cool, and then 2 Thundercats items, one of them being Snarf, the witty, fun, dorky side character of the Thundercats, because everyone had to have one in the 80s. Even Wheelie was introduced in Transformers in the later parts to kind of fall into that space of, a bit of annoying sidekick, but, funny at the time when you're a kid. Funny part was when Target put this up, they put it up at a ridiculous price accidentally because there was a computer issue, so it was like going for like 300,000 or something like that, or 300 million. It was ridiculous, but they fixed it. So some really cool Thundercats stuff, some really cool Super 7 Godzilla stuff. It's kind of like the ones they have at the stores right now, where it's like a Ultimates figure that's smaller, or like a reaction figure with articulation. Really cool stuff. I believe the rumor is next week is McFarlane, because McFarlane came out and talked about an Iceman. So I think that is next week is McFarlane. So I don't know when Hasbro will be. I know that they said... Oh, no, wait. They said that September... I want to say the third week, the Friday of September, is going to be when the Marvel figure... We just talked about it a while back. The day that those 2 Marvel X-Men figures go live, I think that will be Hasbro's day. So be prepared to see if there's anything for G.I. Joe, Transformers. It could just be Marvel Legends. It could have some Star Wars stuff. But the Mystique and the Storm will be going live. So that's going to be one of the targets. So I think this upcoming Friday will be McFarlane, and then next Friday is either Marvel or Hasbro in general. So really cool stuff. If you are excited for Super 7, this week is definitely for you. Last week was Lego, and we had the cool Gremlin, Mogwai, Gizmo, so that was really cool. So I'm looking forward to what's coming next. And this goes, of course, to October 3rd, which is the last Friday of the event. And Halloween and Thanksgiving haven't even come and gone when Christmas stuff is already available. We talked about it already last week, but we have some more fun-filled holiday things, that being Jetta Toys having their Frosty the Snowman officially available exclusively to BBTS Link is in the description down below. And this figure looks incredible. I'm very excited for it. I love what Jedi Toys is doing with the characters they're coming out with, from, you know, Scooby-Doo to the serial characters like Fred Flintstone and Barney from the Flintstones, and Tony the Tiger, and now Frosty Snowman. And I'm curious to see what other holiday themed characters they'll do maybe in the future. But it's fun to get characters like this in action figure form, because the toy community can do some wild photos. You could have Frosty the Snowman fighting a Wampa with a lightsaber now if you wanted to. Like, that's just how fun it is when you can get characters into toy form and do these awesome, you know, photo shoots with them. Your imagination can run wild, and that's what toys are really about. So very excited for this. I believe it's a BBTS exclusive as of now, but it might open up to other places later on. I just know that BBTS is very supportive of a lot of different toy companies, so they get a lot of exclusive stuff first, because they're willing to kind of, you know, find the community that wants it and, you know, sell it to them and stuff like that. And they're really good at promoting stuff. So I'm sure we might see this on Target shelves in the collector corner at some point, like the Tony the Tiger and the Street Fighters. But as of now, you got to pick it up at BBTS. It is a really cool figure. It's not just, you know, the fact that it's Frosty, but it also comes with a little rabbit, and he can kind of hide in the hat. And then my favorite part is they have the pre-Frosty the Snowman magic form. So you got that kind of, like, not to sound sad, dead in the face Frosty that looks like just a random snowman, which honestly you could build a snowman army out of these now if you wanted to have just for fun, you know, with these kind of eerie, like, lifeless faces. But then when you put that hat on, boom, the magic happens and he's Frosty the Snowman. So it's really cool. Just wanted to cover it here real fast because we're getting a lot of cool Christmas merchandise and we have more to talk about. And with more Christmas stuff, Mattel Creations and their Polly Pocket line is doing a Peanuts themed Charlie Brown and the gang little compact Polly Pocket world. And I'm very excited for this. It's really cute looking. It is $50. But it's really cool. I'm still waiting for Mighty Max, Mattel. Please, I know you had it at a vote for at Comic-Con 2 or years ago, I think it was, where you could vote on your, you know, brands that you wanted to see get stuff, and Mighty Max was one of them. And I was talking with someone, I was like, I'd really like to see Mighty Max. I do know we're getting stuff like it with these Polly Pockets and the Jurassic Park kind of like head dinosaur things with the tiny worlds, but I would love to see Mighty Max come back through Mattel Creations, because I think it would be really cool. But this is a really cool set, and we've gotten some other cool ones like Friends and other stuff from Polly Pocket, so it's really awesome to see this. Hopefully one day they might do Mighty Max as well. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think about this and what other worlds you'd like to see Mattel kind of do with the Polly Pocket line. And of course, in comics this week we think look incredible, there are some real amazing comics, a lot of story continuations and some new startups. First up, we have Transformers number 24 from Skybound, which looks incredible. We've got Megatron and Optimus duking it out. I'm very excited for this issue. I'm definitely looking forward to picking it up and seeing where things are going. We know that with issue 25, it starts off the new run of stuff where we're going to have new kind of art and story, which is going to be exciting. And then we have Our Secret War Part 3 Captain America, and we have Captain America fighting Dr. Doom and what it looks like to be a Captain America museum. I'm very excited for this. Two of my favorite characters from the Marvel Universe going fist to fist, fighting each other, which looks really cool. And then in the same vein of things, Dr. Doom loves to pick fights in One World Under Doom number 7, where we have a awesome cover here of Dr. Doom fighting Mr. Fantastic, just, you know, really getting ready for a good fight. So it looks like Dr. Doom has got his hands full this week in comics. And then finally, we have something I'm very excited about. It is a red band, which means it is meant for adults, because I'm sure there will be lots of gore in it. It is that of The Punisher number 1, which is really just a startup of the Punisher continuing story, where it takes us where Frank is currently in the Marvel Universe and stuff he's going through, and some memory loss here and there, and just some really fun and probably violent Punisher stuff. But yeah, those are the comics this week that look really cool. There's a lot of other titles that are coming out that look amazing, and other stories that are continuing. So like always, go to your local comic shop, see what's on the shelf that's new, pick up what's in your saver, and just have a wonderful time this week. And in our creative corner this week, we have a look at an amazing toy photographer on Instagram with that of What's Up Danger on Instagram, and their work is incredible. They have amazing stuff over there, so definitely check it out. We've got a really awesome photo of Hellboy trying to take care of some cats because he loves his cats. We got a really awesome Santa Michelangelo with some pizza and a chimney. Just looks really awesome. Fantastic photo work there. A really cool WrestleMania Hulk versus Deadpool. A really awesome Weapon X where there's the reflection in the water kind of photo that just looks really incredible. Just all kinds of amazing photos. There was things from Marvel and other fandoms like DC, TMNT. So definitely go check out their page. These are only a couple of photos that I found that really stuck out to me that I was like, oh, that's really awesome looking. But there are plenty more that I had to choose from that I was like, I don't know, like that one's really cool too. So go to their page, check out what they have. They have a lot of amazing photos, and their lighting and their scenes are just incredible. I really like this Reaper from the Mythic Legions line doing a skate trick. That was really cool too. But yeah, definitely go give them a follow, give them the likes, the loves, share them with your friends who, might be into this kind of stuff, and just spread the awesome. I feel like these are some really cool like photos and dioramas that they kind of built, and if anything, it gives you inspiration for your next toy experience when it comes to how you want to display things, or if you are a toy photographer too. But just really incredible work, so wanted to cover them here. I really like that Michelangelo Santa. Like I said, we're in a very holiday festive feel right before Halloween. I feel bad for Halloween and Thanksgiving. They are a holiday too. It's just there's lots of cool Christmas stuff going on. But yeah, give them a follow. Link is in the description down below for their page on Instagram, and just check out all the cool stuff. And that about wraps it up. Thanks for stopping by. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. If you're feeling generous, share it. And thank you so much for watching. Till next time, bye.